Welcome to the Game Changer Podcast. Your boy Setema Gali, and today's topic: if you feel stuck in society's game. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Top of the morning, welcome back. This is the Game Changer Podcast with Setema Gali. You guys better get your minds right and get up and let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing.
What's up, my friends? Welcome to the Game Changer Podcast. So happy to be here with you. Listen, if this helps you, share it forward, like this on YouTube, give me a subscribe on YouTube, leave a review for me on any other podcast or platform. Let's talk about this. So I'm in my DMs, right? On Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. I check my DMs. I know some people have their teams do it, but I like to connect with my people. And I like to listen to what's going on. I'm a young man, he's 27 years old. He's like, man, Setema, I feel stuck. I'm like, well, why are you stuck? And again, this is like midnight. I'm eating some chicken and rice. Midnight snack for me is chicken and rice. And he's like, well, I'm in law school. I don't want to go to law school. I don't want to be a lawyer, but I mean, I don't know what else to do, so I'm just going to do it. And he's like, do you have any advice for me? Yeah, here's your advice. You ready? Don't do the thing you don't want to do if you really don't want to do it. You see, society has a very lame game that it plays for you. Go to the conveyor belt school system, go through kindergarten up to senior year, go to college, accrue a bunch of debt, then go get a 9-to-5 job, save whatever you got, then when you're 65 or 70 years old, retire and live on less than you earned, and then hopefully you can then travel the world and have a little bit of freedom. Hopefully that 401k pays off. Like, it's a joke. Most of you do not want that lame game. I didn't. Go to law school sounds good, but listen, you got to have the DNA to go to law. You have to have that thing. It's like playing football. I played football. You got to be a dog, an alpha. You got to want to hit people. You got to want to tackle and get in there and snot's coming out your nose. You got to want to work hard and lactic acid. Same thing with law school. Right, we're talking about law school here, studying and memorizing and learning and reading. Like, there is a certain type of DNA that it's going to take, which means you've got to have a calling, something inside of you that drives you to go do that thing. So if you are the young man on the DMs that I was messaging, like, hey, should I finish law school? I guess I should just finish it. I don't want to be a lawyer, but I mean, I don't know what else to do. Why don't you stop hiding? And why don't you stop avoiding? And why don't you take some accountability and responsibility and make a decision? We all have this thing called choice. You have a choice. I got choice. Everyone's got choices. Now, if you make some poor choices, you lose some agency, right? You get thrown in jail, you get on probation, you get handcuffs. But for most of you, I'm going to say you still have your ability to choose. One of the great gifts of life. Which means you get to choose what you want to do. You get to choose what you read. You get to choose what you get to eat. And you get to choose again and again and again, which has me ask the question, why would you go do something you don't want to do? Now, it's one thing if you want to do it and just in the moment you don't want to do it. But I'm saying you don't want to go to law school. Don't go to law school. You don't want to get your own 9-to-5? Go chart your own path. Our director of media here in the studio right now, he didn't want to do that. He wanted to make films. He wanted to chart his own path. So we did it. Now he's behind it. We got 3 cameras and mics, and we got a studio, and we got equipment. I mean, he makes all of our videos, and he's amazing at it. And he's building a business at it. He's filling a need in society where there's a problem. He brings a solution. You get paid for that. For those of you listening to the Game Changer Podcast, listen up. Being a game changer means you are willing to change your life, change the game, make a decision. Stop living in society's lame game. Some of you, your life is passing you by. Life is passing you by. Like, it's just every day you wake up, get on the treadmill, get on the hamster wheel, get in the rat race, wake up, hoping for a different result. Nothing changes. Nothing, like, you just keep doing the same thing. 1 year passes, 2 year passes, 5 year passes, 10 year passes. And pretty soon before you know it, you wake up and you're 50 years old, then you're 55 years old, then you're 60 years old. And before you know it, all of a sudden you're like 65, 70, and you're like, what happened to my life? And you have a life filled with regret. Make a choice. You get to choose your path. You're not a victim. You don't have to choose because your dad and mom said. You don't have to choose based upon your skin color. So what? You grew up in poverty inside of an orphanage. Who cares? I don't want to hear it. There are more stories in this country, United States of America, of men and women who come to this country and become wealthy. Why? Because they are committed to building wealth. They are committed to charting their own path. Oh, Setema, you don't understand. Yes, I do. I do. I come from a Polynesian family, 9 kids. I decided to chart my own course. And today I get to live my dream. I coach, I speak, I influence, I train. I own multiple businesses. I have multiple streams of income. I get to work out every day, train every day. I live on the beach. I take my sons to football. I got to take my son to football here in about 15 minutes. Took my other son to football like an hour ago. Take my wife on a date every week. Get to fly around the country and do the things that I love and still build and accumulate wealth so we can make a difference for other people. Why does this matter to you? That's what I want to do. Real question is, what do you want to do? I have so many people that will tell me, Setema, you don't understand. What is there to understand? Your victim story? You're going to play small? You're going to let your circumstances and situations dictate how you live and where you live and what you do and what you make and what you earn and how you travel and how you get to enjoy life or not enjoy it? You have the most amazing gift called agency. You get to choose. I'm telling you right now, some of you men out there, you ought to slap yourself. You ought to go get a hammer from Home Depot, buy a big hammer, look at it, hit yourself right in the face because you waste your God-given talents. You waste it because you're lazy. You waste it because you let fear govern and drive you, which fear is a liar, by the way. You let rationalizations and justifications come up in its place. And instead of being a game changer, instead of being someone who takes control and controls the controllable, instead of being someone who decides, I'm going to go do the thing that I want to do. Yes, it's scary. Yes, there's risk. But the greatest risk is to sit and do the same thing for the next 30, 40 years, living in misery, living in woe, living inside of a mediocre marriage, living inside of a pathetic, out of shape body, and then the small percentage of people will actually go be game changers, right? They'll change their life. So my invitation to you, don't finish the thing that you don't want to do. Yes, I'm telling you to quit. Yes, I'm telling you to give up. Never give up unless it's the thing you're not supposed to do it. I can't imagine living a life where I am stuck in a trap, in a rat race. I cannot imagine being capped, right? Having ceilings and limits and just these locks on me. I want a life of abundance, a life of possibility, a life where I get to create, a life where I get to choose how I live, where I worship, what I do for a living, what I get to eat, how I get to go vacation, the difference I get to make for people. Go do that today. Don't go to law school if you don't want to go. Go do something else. You don't want to go to law school? Don't go to law school. Come on, man. Don't do that. Until next time, I'm out.
Let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing. We don't do it for the block, do it for the name. Yeah. No, there ain't no stopping it. If you really want it, better rock with it. This is how to be a game changer. Better put your pride down, heavy, get your pen up. Wanna be the greatest, we ain't stopping till we win, yo. This is how to make it when they hating, we ain't worried what they saying. This is how to be a game changer.